a damn CT guy. So, I just did a video highlighting an unboxing of my SR22 long slide. I was so happy. I gave the thing an 8.5. I looked it over, took it apart, cleaned it, felt it, read the manual. Thing was perfect. This weekend, I go out to the range, take 2 full magazines and some extra ammo in my pocket, load up the magazine. First round I'm going to do in double action. Pull the trigger, nice quick smooth trigger pull and double action, click. What could that be? I'm like, oh, it must be the ammo. Has to be the ammo. You know, it has to be. So, cycled another round, click, double action. Okay, let's rack the slide. Let's do single action. Pa 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 pa. No problem. Okay. So this continued for about, I'd say, a box of ammo. Shooting mixture of Golden Bullet and Winchester X something. Winchester, standard Winchester, gray, red box. So I come back inside, boggling my mind. What's going on? Reread the manual. Next day comes, Sunday comes. All right, let's load it up with some Stinger. I got some CCI Stinger. Let's bring some Federal Champion and some more Golden Bullet. I had well over 100 rounds. Go out to the range. Same thing. Click, double action. Click, double action. Single action. Pa 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 pa. No problem. So I go online, look at all the videos. I see one guy post a video. I think it's Shoot Fast. I think that's his YouTube channel. This is from 2013, 2012. He has the same issue with his SR22, and he makes fun of it. He rubs some bacon on it, and it works. Every time he rubs bacon on it. One thing, though, he doesn't address in the video is, did he ever get it fixed? Instead, he buys another SR22 and doesn't have the problem at all. So I go and do some more research. I look at my manual, find the born on date, which is sometime in 2018. That's fine with me. I don't care. It's a new gun. Alright? So, I don't know what's going on. I put an empty primer in the barrel, or empty casing, and test it that way. And I'm getting it to work if I pull the trigger in double action extremely slowly. And even then, it's hit or miss. So this afternoon I call Ruger up and explain to them what's going on, and they of course act like I've never heard anything about this. I tell them, you know, I know you guys had the magazine disconnect issue. I threw around some names, you know, I've been in the industry, blah blah blah. They're willing to help me out. They send me a prepaid label. They want me to send it in. This only happened one other time in my life, when I decided to buy a Kel-Tec PMR 30. I sent that thing back to the factory 5 times. It's perfect now. But you know, when you spend money on a firearm, you expect them to test the gun and sell you a decent product. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a good product. I'm actually really happy with it. It fired well. It was beyond my expectations. Very awesome. Cycled everything in single action only. But this is not a single action only pistol. This is a single action double action. Now, I did get it to work in double action, but again, only if I do a slow controlled trigger pull and I squeeze it, and then it pops off. Surprisingly, it just pops off. You know, you're almost like a flinch, like you're surprised, because it doesn't do it if you do like this. Nothing. So anyway, got on the phone with Ruger. Very helpful people, very good people. I gotta say, their customer service, every one of their offices is spot on. Reminds me back when I was in customer service. Very helpful. I try to help everybody. I parts out to everybody. And Ruger has sent me a couple parts. They've replaced magazines for me on a couple occasions. They've actually been very helpful, and I can't complain about them. But I'm annoyed, so I'm putting my rating on the SR22 long slide down to a 7 until I get this fixed. And I'm just afraid when I send this thing, they're going to get it and they're not going to have the same issue. But I retested it tonight and it's doing the same thing. So here's the box. I am going to be sending this back. Sorry. I'm going to be sending this back with the hopes that they're going to fix it for me. Because I really would like to be able to pull that trigger at any rate I want to pull it in double action mode. So we'll see what happens. I'm anxious to get it back. Their turnaround time is extremely fast. There's other companies that will remain nameless that have hideous return authorization waits. Hideous. I'm telling you, weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I'm not going to name names, but there are companies out there that are like this. Because you want to know what it is. Their representatives can give two shits that you returned your gun and they're just sitting on it. Really. I know this for a fact. I used to work in the industry. I know these guys. I know the guys who do this stuff. Not all of them are like this, but there's a lot of them out there. So if you're ever wondering why your firearm's sitting for 5 to 6 weeks that you just bought, that's why. Because they don't give a shit. They're sitting on it. They don't care. They're doing a few a day. That's how they stay busy. But let me tell you one thing. It's a buyer's market right now, and it's going to be a buyer's market until the left gets control. And buyer's market says, you better fix it or I'm not going to buy your product. And your money, your purchasing power, your patronage keep these companies alive, like Ruger, because they're not immune from oversupply and lack of fear buying. So Ruger, if you ever see this video, again, I appreciate everything, but if you're going to send out 22 pistols to the market, test them, because it didn't look like my pistol was tested at all. I know other firearms you guys put the casings in, but there was no casings in mine, and it didn't look like anybody ever fired it. Now that's cool and all, but how can you tell a gun's going to work? And obviously in this case it didn't, and there's others out there, and I don't know what it is. I'm highly versed in firearms. I know a lot about them. I can take them apart with blindfolded, and I can put them back together. I can fix them numerous problems, but I'm not going to attempt this because this is a different beast. This is still under warranty. I just bought this thing, and I should not have to take it apart and try to fix it. And when if I do, they will say I void my warranty. So if Ruger does see this video, I appreciate everything. I talked to a great guy. His name was Austin over there. He helped me out immensely. He was very nice and polite, and he said he's going to take care of it. He says he'd get my firearm back to me in no more than a week and a half. Well, let's see what happens. The only downside is I'm going to have to be home to sign for this thing, so that's another pain in the butt. So I hope they throw something in there for me for this hassle, because this kind of sucks. So I'll re-rate this firearm when I get it, and I'll probably do a range video when I get it, and we'll see what happens. Alright? The DMCT guy, signing off.